השבוע לאסור ישראל נפשו ויאכל דברו כל היוצא מפיו יעשה. Rashi says, no yichal dvaro. You shouldn't profane his words. So the question is, how is it that one is able to make a change in the metzius of something, that something can become the mahus, the essence of an object becomes also, let us say, as a person has a chalos of Isser, or something becomes mekudesh as a korban. What koach does a person have? So we come to the point of the Isser Deraisa, lo yichal dvar. So the Nesidah Shalom explains that the mouth is like a kli sharis. The peh is a kli sharis. It's based on Rabbeinu Yonah in Pirkei Avos, that the mouth, which is that part of our body where the Iker Talmud Torah comes from the peh, the Iker Tefillah comes from the peh, Zochros Yom HaShabbos, the Deraisa comes from the peh, Zecher Amolek comes from the peh. So therefore, that more than any other organ in the guf is something which is going to be that which is designated as a kli sharis. And therefore it's able. It's like the korban mincha. Put the flour in the keli, it becomes kodesh is a korban mincha. So too, that the chalos from the peh can be able to do this as well. And that's a fantastic concept, and the ramifications for us are huge of how a person has to be careful how he uses his peh. I remember just that only about 10 days before the Nesidah Shalom was nifter, Abijah Dover and I went to see him, and it was Parshas Matos, and he asked me, I mentioned to him, what am I learning from his sefer? And I told him that I mentioned this to him, and he was very, very happy to see that I shared this idea with him, that he had written about the Indian of korban and neder as such, that the mouth is a kli sharis. Now, for example, how does it play out? Take, for example, this zman of the korban. Ben Yehoyada explains that when there was the machlekes between the biryonim and the chachamim and the siege of Yerushalayim, for 3 years, the Apasyonos and the Roman army encircled Yerushalayim. And during those 3 years, what were the people of Yerushalayim doing? For the most part, they were learning Torah during that time. Besides guarding the walls and fighting off the Romans, but they didn't battle every day. The majority of the people were doing what they normally did, and that was their vow and Torah learning. So the Biryonim, who didn't allow the Chachamim to make peace with the Romans, they said, we'll go out and fight. After all, Yitzchak Avinu said clearly, Hakol Kol Yaakov, and when the Kol is Yaakov, you don't have to be worried about the Yadayim Midayesha. Said the Chachamim, it's true, but not now. Why? Because what has happened is that the Lashon Hara has weakened the Torah of a Kol Kol Yaakov. And that's what Lashon Hara does. People say, oh my, there's so much Torah learning. Oh my, fine. Now, come on now. There's so much Torah learning. But the quality of the Torah learning is weakened. Shadayin hasotin merakid beineihem, beineinu. That's it. So one has to take this quite seriously aside. And Bichlal, it's an important part about the peh. Zilberstein mentions that when Petach Tikva was founded, so everything was made anew. So someone kibitzed and said, that this fellow, he wouldn't mind if he'd be the first person who would be buried in that base oilum in Petach Tikva. That week, young man, he died. Bris crucial, to a person's lashon. The person has to be very, very careful, bichlal, as such, whatever he says. the path is indeed a cliche. Reb Yitzchak Klein, one of the Chevri HaKollel, has been with us almost 4 years, and he's returning to Chutz La'aretz Mitzvah Hashem very shortly. And we've asked him this evening to give part of the talk this evening to us as well. So Reb Yitzchak will be kind enough to come and be mechabed us by continuing on.
You'll be out a bit earlier today. Stayed in Parshas by Masai Alfi Yisrael. Klal Yisrael, after they were told to do Mechavim Midyat, so they had to be kvetched to go and fight. They didn't want to go. So Rashi's Masber, the Dia Shvachon Shaloi Yisrael, she'ad shamu minisosoi, until Moshe Rabbeinu was going to, carry on being a manic. So Moshe Rabbeinu was constantly Matos they were causing trouble. But as soon as they realized that this Milchama was totally on Moshe Rabbeinu's chayim, because after that was going to be it. So they didn't want they crashed. They said, no, slow down, we don't want to do it, because they don't want to lose the man. So Rashi says, it's not pshat, it's a shvach. You see the chavivos that they had for Moshe Rabbeinu. Who licked the lashon of shvach? Where's the shvach? So he says an interesting pshat. He says, Shneit in Mishnah in Abbas, Kol Shurach Avriyas Leichi Yimenu, Ruach HaMakom Leichi Yimenu. You want to advise, as the Eibishter to Liebschaft for a mensch, as mensch not a Liebschaft for him. If that's the situation, that people like him, so it's good signs, out there things are going well too. So, Ksab says, it's a Svenzach. He says, if the person is somebody who's doing chesed, like he's doing nice things to people, and making people happy, and this and this, it's not good to raya, because at the end of the day, there's reasons. It's not necessarily a hava which is not tolerant of, because there's mediums there which are keeping people within that so-called love. However, if Lamaisa, even when the chesed is not coming, they still open the lipshat. It doesn't a good advice. That's like a good simon. The Lamaisa, there's real hava, and likewise, the Kosh Baruch Hu loves him as well. So that was the word by Moshe Rabbeinu, and they saw. When Klal Yisrael saw that he was going away, and that's what this Mulchama was going to be a big thing for them, because the Masai was the Mulchama for what happened to them, and it's still the Omoichel on the Chesed that Moshe was going to do, and he said, no, we want you to stay. That's Taka Simon that the Masai, the Klal Yisrael Taka had the proper leaf for Moshe Rabbeinu, and the Mela, it wasn't Talibadava, and that was Taka the Shvach, as the Eibishter had the leaf for Moshe. If Chayek was arguing in this kernel the last 4 years, there was actually there's a Matanschau B'tzida, and the Meister, the Liebschaft, which I have, and I think I represent in the kernel, we all have, from Kalman and from Vadia, is Taka, it's a habit which is not Talibadava. You see every week, every day, they're in a comment, sitting learning, away from the families, for an hour and a half, zusammen, and it's a geschmack. We have on Thursdays, Wednesdays, now it's Thursdays, we'll come and give the sikha. It's not talking about it comes as geschmack, to see a person already with all the experience, and be more in such a situation. I want to say a personal thank you, and the Eilem Shal Gem Chayil Chayil, Shkach, Kol